Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And I've created my own skate sona.
What kind of mask do you have?
I don't know. Maybe it's bug themed. Maybe it's like...
I figured it'd be a couple magic cards with holes poked in them.
That could be fun too.
It'd be on brand.
Or I will be known as the Meepuru.
Demitubudu.
No, Meepuru. Like a meeple.
So what have you been up to since last we spoke? It's been a while.
Look, work happened, and then like your work happened, and then my work happened, and then friends came over. It was like a problem.
It was like a whole thing.
I've played a lot of Ratchet and Clank, the new one, which is very, very pretty.
Good.
I've been watching Bad Batch. It's quite good.
Also good.
The new Star Wars cartoon. It is quite excellent.
I'm trying to think if I've watched anything other than Skate Boys and what's going on.
And Skate Boys.
Still watching Spider Girl.
Okay.
The animation's rough.
Does one watch Spider Girl, or do you just kind of listen to Spider Girl?
Well, it was pretty good for a while. And then I guess their budget ran out. There were a couple episodes where an antagonist shows up. And for some reason they decided that, you know what, we need to have a 3D model for her. And also, sometimes we'll animate her. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, they've been doing that with the spider, and it's been going all right so far. When this character debuted, though, her 3D model was not done.
Oh, no.
Visibly not done.
Oh, no.
And not rigged either. Like, every shot.
Screenshots?
No. Every shot was her in the exact same pose, and, like, the camera moving around her.
Was it just a T-pose?
No, it was like the, the princess pose where they've got one arm up by their face and the other one on their elbow.
Spider, so what? Bad animation.
Just look up Sophia 3D or something. It's rough.
She's kind of in that pose then. But I'll take your word for it that it's rough. It's a rough boy.
It's not great. It's real bad. And the next episode, they actually had her like moving, but that's all that could be said about the progress there. Hey, here's another thing about Spider Girl. I'm going to show you a screenshot from something, from a scene. Right. And I want you to tell me what landscape do you think these characters are in? This is part of an arc, and this is the climax of that arc. The arc is the title of the setting, actually.
I mean, it looks like they're in some sort of arid mesa.
Arid mesa, okay.
Yeah.
Like a desert?
Yeah.
Okay, this takes place at the Battle of Elf Forest.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
You'll note that there is a distinct lack.
Maybe it's behind them.
It's behind the desert.
Behind these shield. Maybe it's behind these shield boys. Like, if you were to pan the camera around, maybe it's behind these shield boys.
You would be incorrect. There are no trees in this, unless they cut away from this scene and look at other characters that are, like, nearby, and then there are trees. Yeah. Like a whole forest.
Seems a little rough.
Yeah, it's behind that mound of dirt right there, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is a meme in the subreddit right now.
Seems a little rough.
That elf village, they're in that elf forest. What a forest. Maybe there's a commentary on the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, maybe. Very, very woodsy.
It's a stretch. Nagatoro ends today. I'm sad about it.
Oh, well.
I haven't seen it yet.
In a bad way, or are you just sad that it's ending?
I'm sad that it's ending. I suspect it'll get another season, because about midway through the season, it was the top ranked show.
Oh, good. Good for it.
So, and there's enough content. There's definitely enough content.
There's anything else that's really, really happened that like matters? No, not really.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just been that and Skater Boys.
Yeah, trying to survive the heat and Skater Boys. I was a Skater Boy. I said see you later, boy.
Well, let's talk about those Skater Boys.
Let's talk about Skater Boys. Sk8 the Infinity. Or Sk8 the Infinity. Look, it's very vague. It's just skate with an infinity sign 7-8.
It's an 8 on its side.
Yeah.
See?
I guess it's Sk8 the Infinity, I guess is what its technical name is.
I am going to say there was no infinity that was skated in this show.
I mean, it's not like Golf Beyond Limits. The name comes from the idea that you could skate anywhere.
Ah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Anytime, anywhere.
Guess so. I mean, that's what the guy says. Reki. Reki says you could skate anywhere. So it's like you can skate infinite.
But can you skate
okay.
in the rain?
Yes. You can skate in the rain.
Can you skate in the ocean?
No. Okay, well, maybe you can't skate in the ocean. Well, surfing is like skating.
Can you skate in space?
You could if you could get to space. Maybe that's season 2. Season 2, boys in space.
I'm down for that. Can you skate in Elf Forest?
Well,
it's very flat. I bet you could.
I wouldn't skate in a forest, but considering what I've seen of Elf Forest, you're probably real good to skate there.
It's a nice parking lot.
Nice smooth ground. Nice and empty.
So, okay, back during our Hotake episode, we were really excited about this show because
I remain very excited about this show. Sk8 the Infinity is great.
The synopsis based on that was there are skater boys in like a gang and they have beefs, right?
Yeah, they do.
And they settle these beefs by skating down mine shafts. I was like 100% behind that. And then I watched it.
Yeah, and I was still 100% behind that.
Well, maybe by the end, but in the first couple episodes, I was underwhelmed significantly. The mine shaft is just an abandoned mine. It's like a hill outside the mine. It's not a mine shaft.
I have to say, the suspension of disbelief that you have to put on for this show is just such an incredible amount.
Which is funny because if you...
Which I love.
I read about the production of this show, and they actually tried to design skateboards that were realistic, most of them, and tried to take inspiration from real skateboarders in some of the moves that these guys used. So they put a lot of effort into realism and then threw it all out the window.
Well, here's the thing. Like the skating, there's a decent amount of realism in the skating and like how well it's animated. And you can tell they really did like studies of how one moves when on a skateboard and when doing tricks on a skateboard. But then they're just like, all these normal people have like crazy pro wrestling-esque skate sonas that they undertake to go down this mine shaft right outside Okinawa. A Diet member has like the pastime of dressing up like a matador to like angrily skate against boys.
He's a Matador of Love. Thank you very much.
He is the Matador of Love. It's true. I love everything about Sk8 the Infinity.
It's wacky as hell.
It should really be called Bait the Infinity because like there's no canonical kissing in the show, but all these boys are kissing all the time.
They kiss with their eyes.
Oh, and more than with just their eyes for some of them, that's for sure.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
You know, if I were a younger man and not an old fart like I am, after watching this show, I would think maybe I should skateboard.
Yeah, and then you realize you'll break every bone in your body.
Yes. I'm fragile now.
Yeah.
Fragile and old.
The young man's sport, unless you're Tony Hawk.
He's like 50-something now. And
he's an old boy. He can still skate.
He does. He's living the life.
He really is. He gets mistaken for Tony Hawk all the time.
He does. You look just like Tony Hawk. Funny that.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Huh, your name's Tony Hawk, just like the skater. Yep. I wonder what he's up to these days. Doing this, brah.
So what was your overall impression of Sk8 the Infinity? Would you recommend this show to our listener base?
I have to know who they are.
They're people that listen to us.
Yeah. Renta Girlfriend was garbage, right? This is trash. It's very different. We're going to separate our garbage, which is Renta Girlfriend, from our trash, which is Sk8 the Infinity.
So this is like burnable trash versus non-burnable trash.
Yeah, this is so flippin' trashy. It serves no point. It has no message. If you want to see hot boys skate and touch each other
and make love with their eyes
with their skating, then this is what you want, man. And it executes it perfectly.
It does. It does try some like other plot threads that go absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, it tries a little bit of drama, and also they skate against the other boys, and the other boys are so grumpy. But then when they skate against them, they learn the power of friendship and how skating is fun when you're friends. And then they're just all friends, and you're like, okay,
everyone is friends.
Sure. It's very dumb. It's a flash in the pan type thing. But if that's what you want, it does it, man.
Well, and if that doesn't convince you, the antagonist of the piece is voice acted by Dio's voice actor.
He is 100% the best part of the show.
He's really the main character. I don't care what anybody else says.
Oh, for sure.
I would also give it a, if you want to turn your brain off and watch something just ridiculously bonkers.
Yeah, watch it. It's worth it. Does anybody need to see Sk8 the Infinite? No. But should you watch Sk8 the Infinite? Maybe. Maybe. It's very pretty. It's very well animated.
My question to you is, how many Mai Tais did it take to get you through this show?
I did not do Mai Tais this time. I did Crown Royal Coke and Colas.
Aha.
Not Coke and Colas.
Okay, how many did it take to get you through this show?
Just 2. I was gonna. It was gonna take 3 because it was gonna do it in 3 nights.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up doing it in just 2 nights. Like the first 4 episodes were a little slow, but then after that, it really takes off, and you're like, all right, well, I'll keep watching. Because it does that sports anime thing where it's just like the first third is like build up, and then the last 2/3 is like skate tournament, and you're like, okay.
You got the training arc, and then you got the tournament arc. That's how these things go.
Yeah, and that's what it did, and it did it well. And you have the beach episode arc, which is choice.
So let's go into spoiler land so we can just talk about all the bonkers stuff.
There's spoilers. It's a sports anime. From the get-go, you know what's gonna happen.
There are spoilers in we're going to spoil what the bonkers things are. It's better if you just watch it and just experience it.
Yeah.
So do we talk about the plot or do we talk about the characters first?
There's not much plot, right? I mean, okay, so Snow is his skate Sona. Ranga is from Canada. He has moved from Canada to Okinawa, and back in Canada, he used to snowboard all the time, but it doesn't snow in Okinawa, and he bumps into Reki, who loves skating. He just skating. He cares more about skating than the show Rocket Power cares about skating, all right? He super cares about skating. And Ranga meets Reki, and they fall madly in love with skating. Definitely not with each other, but with skating. Mm-hmm. No, they don't love each other, just skating.
There is a shared passion. Believe it at that.
Obviously, just for skating. And Ranga learns how to skateboard. And then he's the best at skateboarding because Reki makes him a special skateboard that works like a snowboard, and he's the best. And then he has to, beef with everybody.
There's a lot of beef.
A lot of beef in this show. And he meets Adam, who is the Lord of S, the Matador of Love. And Adam really wants to bone Snow, and they skateboard, and then they're all friends. That's the plot of the show.
That's the main plot.
Let's try that again. That's the main thrust of the show. Okay? Main thrust of the show, for sure.
Indeed. There are several subplots that, like I said, they go nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's 2 other guys who, like the 3 people who founded the S were Cherry, Joe, and Adam, and they all have a beef against each other because Adam turned evil. He turned into an evil skater and something, and
come to think of it,
really matter.
I finished this show up like 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, I don't think we ever learned exactly why they had a falling out.
Because Adam turned into an evil skater. He was evil. He stopped wanting friends. And that made him an evil skater. I mean, he also has sent many skaters to the hospital because he beats them while he's racing them, which I feel like the S's rules are a little loosey-goosey. I feel like if one of the characters were to just pull out a gun and shoot the other skater, all the onlookers would be like, well, that's in poor taste, but doesn't break the rules. You can do that.
There's no rules against it, guys.
And no rules against it, so that means he won the beef because the other guy can't skate anymore.
True.
I mean, he basically does that, right? Like when Adam beefs against Cherry, he just like beats Cherry up with his skateboard deck while not even skating. And
so,
you're like,
so let's talk about that real quick.
Is that allowed? And all the people watching are just like, I don't feel like that should be allowed, but ain't no rules in S. And they're just like, wait now.
So there's no context here for this scene, probably for the audience if they haven't watched it and are still listening. But yeah, there's a point where 2 old friends who have had a falling out are skating against each other down this hill into a mine facility. And at one point, Adam, who has clearly turned into an evil skater, stops, turns around, and just baseball bats the other guy in the face with his skateboard.
And again, the premise of the show is in S, there are no rules, just whoever crosses the finish line first wins. But like, surely that's not allowed. And again, the crowd's just like, that shouldn't be allowed.
Now, the conceit of the show is that particular scene was supposed to be like, what? This is terrible. This is what a turn of events. But honestly, when that happened, I laughed out loud.
Oh, of course. So much of the show is just like, you just laugh about it because it's just so utterly ridiculous. But it doesn't mean it's not like good, right? Like, it's weird. Again, it's the difference between Renta and this. This is trash. The other is garbage.
I think we got to talk about all the lame characters first.
The boys.
And then get to Adam. Because Adam's a whole thing.
Let's get through the boys.
So let's start with Reki. I think you already covered him. He likes skating.
Yeah.
Except for when he didn't.
He's good at building skateboards, too. His character is kind of a technical type. Like, he knows everything about skating and knows all the technique and all the things that go into it. But as we learn through the course of the show, he's like mid-tier as an actual skater. But like his knowledge behind skating is really, really good.
It is. And it enables him to build amazing boards for, I would assume, anybody, but mostly for Ranga.
Yeah.
I don't think I liked his arc. Or at least
it's a little weak.
Or at least how it was
resolved
executed.
Weakly. Yeah, it was resolved a little weakly because, I mean, I get it. In male relationships, yes, you get mad at your buddy and then all of a sudden you're just not mad at your buddy anymore. That is kind of how male relationships work. But, you know, it is a TV show. You want some sort of resolution.
What I would have liked is for him to realize that, yeah, I'm not as good as Ranga or really anybody else that I'm hanging out with anymore. But he did have that moment of inspiration where he can be support.
Yeah.
He can build boards and he can cheer other people on.
But for some reason he figured support was like literally cheering someone on, like Owen Don, like I'm going to cheerlead, instead of like, no, I'm the technical guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who can like make your board work and like figure out the race conditions of the track and give you cool, not quite gadgets, but you know,
he's Q.
Figure out your loadout to work.
Like Q is not an amazing spy, but man, can he build some gadgets?
Exactly.
There'd be no James Bond without him.
And that's the role Reki takes, but he never quite realizes he takes it. It's weird.
And then he has like this quote unquote falling out with Ranga. Ranga doesn't actually know what's going on other than he technically broke a promise to not race Adam. Reki gets all upset about everything.
Yeah.
I think it would have resolved better if A, he had realized he's support, and B, they had an actual fight.
Yeah, it would have been good if it had been one of those, like, they punch each other for a little bit, and then, you know, they fall to the ground, and they laugh, and then they, like...
Yeah, and it's raining,
again,
and, you know,
and they
typical
super
shonen
don't
stuff.
kiss, but, you know, they kiss, but, yeah.
Yeah. That's how those things are supposed to play out.
Yeah, it's true. And they don't quite get there, but, you know.
I did like his sister. I think it would have been cooler to have his sister than him.
I like his really big family, and his, like, dumpy mom.
His dumpy mom knows what's going on.
She does. And she's got a nice, cozy cable knit sweater, and I'm a big fan. The why she's wearing that big cable knit sweater in Okinawa is beyond me.
Girls get cold.
I mean, we do know our mother. She is cold.
She's cold.
It's
so
103 with 100% humidity. She is cold. I get it.
Speaking of cold, how about Ranga?
Oh, he's a soft boy.
He's very pretty. I actually liked the direction they went with him, because usually...
I did too. He was not too soft.
Yeah, he's supposed to be super soft and super, I don't want to say effeminate, but you know, he's got some feminine characteristics.
Look,
but
he's the bottom. We can just say that, okay? Right? Like that's his role here.
Wow. I think I liked the fact that they went with he's actually just sort of unflappable. Mm-hmm. I think that was good. Because he's still got emotions, but he doesn't wear them on his sleeve like you normally do with this type of character.
He's more than just the wilting flower type character. And I did enjoy that. He wasn't so soft. He
had some daddy issues to work through.
Yeah, well, his dad died. I'm not quite sure that's a daddy issue. But his dad is the one who taught him like snowboarding, and he's been snowboarding since he was 2.
And that snowboarding is fun. That's the important part.
Everything is fun, and it's fun because you're with friends. That's the thrust of the show.
But his side of the Reki conflict just didn't work. Because his side was, oh, you told me not to race Adam, but I really want to, dude.
Like, that's part of it, but the other part of it is just, like, he doesn't realize the growing gulf between them, right? Like, he doesn't realize that some of the thing... Also, like, part of his falling out with Reki has to do with, like, Shadow and Mia being kind of jerks to Reki for no reason.
Yeah, but that's how pals do.
Well, yeah.
You gotta rib your bros.
They're a little too ribby, right? They got a little too
Mia
real with their
is.
ribbing.
I don't know about Shadow. Shadow's
Shadow is.
He's pretty transparent.
Yeah.
He does get... He has some insight into Adam's character, I guess. A little bit. But he's also the character through which everybody else remembers, oh yeah, skating is supposed to be fun. Although, if everybody has somehow forgotten that, and it's not fun, why are they all skating down this mine shaft at 100 miles an hour?
Well, it's because they like realize it's fun in the moment, and they kind of forget about that, you know? It's kind of like when you walk into a Magic tournament, and they're all playing Legacy, and everybody just has their head in their hands, and everyone just looks miserable because they're thinking really hard.
Mm.
It's that, where you're just like, is anyone here actually having fun? Are you really? But, you know, they are. Most of them are. Just all head in their hands, looking like they're just having the most miserable time trying to figure out what to do.
Let's see. Next up is Mia.
He's the Shota. He wears a little kitty cat outfit. His skate Sona is a fur Sona. He's a little kitty cat boy. He likes video games, and he calls everyone a slime.
I was very confused when Mia showed up for the first time, because his name's Mia, and he was wearing a sailor outfit.
Yeah, because he's like
he's like in a prep school or something, and he wears the dumbest hat.
Yes, it's very Cardcaptor Sakura junior high outfit. It's very girly.
It's something. He's the first person that's like, oh, skating, I gotta just be the best that ever was.
I gotta be the best because friends are terrible. If you get too good, they'll leave you. And it's like, yeah, and that's that's kind of what's weird is that like that's his plot, but then it's Reki's plot too. Where
and it's Adam's plot. It's really everyone's plot.
Yeah, everyone's plot. If you get good, people don't want to. You get good scrub, and all the scrubs don't want to hang out with you anymore.
True facts. Same thing happens with Magic.
It's true. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think after his arc ended, he was just kind of a hanger-on. I don't think he really served a purpose after that, besides just ribbing Reki a lot.
Well, and he kind of helps Reki get over himself, because he's the one that's just like, dude, you said you would never leave if the people around you got too good, and here you are just like leaving because the people around you are better than you. Grow up. And Reki's like, okay, I'll do that.
I like how that was the point
fun.
he realized it, and not I'm crying alone in an elevator in a hospital. I feel like that should have tipped him off.
Now he had to go to the Love Hotel with Snake.
Oh yes, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah,
that entire scene was completely superfluous. At least the setting was.
Well, they just needed him to like.
It could have been anywhere, man.
Yeah, I mean they did it for the obvious reasons because this show is extremely baity. Also, they just needed someone for him to get over himself, kind of at. Because his conflict was internal, and you have to have some sort of external person for him to monologue his thought process through. So.
In a love hotel.
In a love hotel.
A very expensive love hotel, with flower petals already placed everywhere.
Oh, yeah. They're good to go. Good old Snake.
How about Shadow?
Shadow is the only straightest boy in the show. He's big muscle man. He is Kiss. His skate Sona is just Kiss, the entire band Kiss. But in real life, he is a florist who really loves his manager and wants to date her very bad.
I think it's interesting that normally in a shonen show, if you saw Shadow's character design, you would assume that guy is the most effeminate person here. Because that's how anime codes these things.
Yeah. But that is kind of what they do, right? Like outside of S, he is he's a florist, effeminate man. He's a florist, and he's rather effeminate. But he is the only one who is very straight. All of the others are, they try sometimes. They're like, look, they like girls. Okay, well, Joe's cool. Like, yeah, Joe likes the girls. Not to say that if you don't like girls, you're not cool. You know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But Joe's the ladies' man.
Shadow just has his eyes on manager lady,
the florist manager.
I was very upset that in the epilogue he didn't he didn't get her.
Yeah, that was mean.
That was mean. He
That
spent
was
the whole show
blow.
trying real hard. And then she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, come on.
He got hit in the head with a baseball bat protecting her.
Yeah, well, turns out not really, but yes. Because the guy was actually attacking him the whole time. But yes.
From her perspective.
Yeah. Still, yeah, that was
the show did my boy Shadow dirty.
It did. I'm
not okay with that.
But Shadow's a dirty skater, so maybe it works out.
He does throw firecrackers and stuff. So he sort of sets up in the first episode that, hey, this S race, maybe they're a little fast and loose with the rules.
Yeah. Here's the difference. Shadow does all of his shenanigans while skating, where Adam just stops skating and then just beats people up on the track. I feel like there's a limit, right? Like, you should be actively skating if you're going to pull dirty tricks.
If you get off your skateboard, you should probably lose.
Exactly. If you get off your skateboard, not necessarily lose, but like, there's penalties for that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, 10-second penalty.
Like, come on.
I do like his laser pointer attack.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name for it, but he essentially just pulls out a laser pointer and shines it in his opponent's
Flashes
eye.
in somebody's eye.
Done.
Yeah. He's got his like streamers, his firecrackers, and then just his like super mega shadow laser, which is just...
And a scary face.
And a scary face.
He uses that a couple times.
Laser in your face.
How about Cherry Blossom?
Cherry.
Cherry's
the hot boy. He's the ninja. By day, he's a calligrapher, a famous calligrapher. And AI programmer? It's not worth worrying about.
So Cherry is the most reality-breaking character in this show.
Oh, for sure he is.
I can even believe Adam to some extent. He's essentially Elon Musk in a Matador outfit.
Okay, if Elon Musk was elected to office, sure, yeah, no, you're right.
But Cherry Blossom, okay, I'm supposed to believe two things about this guy. By day, he's a calligrapher with a throng of teenage girl fans.
Yep.
So that's point one. I understand that he's very pretty and he has wonderful hair.
Yeah, well, calligraphy's a big deal.
It is. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I don't know. I've played Persona 5. It's a big deal.
By night, he has an AI skateboard.
Yeah,
that he has built himself.
And
an AI wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's got all these things.
Yeah.
And the board transforms itself.
I think, to be fair, it's probably because they had two character concepts, and then instead of cutting one, they just merged them into one character.
I mean, it would be on brand with the rest of the show, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Either way, Cherry is part of the trifecta that started S along with Joe and Snake.
No, not Snake. Joe. Cherry, and Adam. That's really Cherry's character right there. He's supposed to be mysterious along with Joe on why did they have a falling out with Adam. We never find out.
Though I do like how he and Joe like rib each other all the time. I like that.
They are very good friends.
And maybe they kiss?
I don't think so. They drink together a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do they?
Then we got Joe, who's a gorilla.
He's a big boy with sweet abs who likes the ladies.
And the ladies like him.
The ladies very much like him.
Joe's skate persona is I take my shirt off.
Yeah.
And it works.
By day, he runs an Italian restaurant, a fancy Italian restaurant.
And he's good at it.
He's good at it. He's good on a lot of things.
I think my favorite Joe moment was the beach episode where they go to the beach and he's got all these women hanging off of him. And the show wants to let us know that all the other guys like girls and they're...
Oh, for sure.
They're mad at Joe for having all the girls. So Mia goes up to him and goes, Dad, when are you coming back to the towel? You're making Mom lonely.
And Mom is Cherry. It's very good.
And the girls get grossed out. I thought that was well done.
I was a fan. But yeah, Joe also hates Adam and also hates Cherry. But Cherry and Joe hate each other in like a bro way. But they hate Adam because Adam's the evil skater. He's evil. He's the evil skater.
Should we talk about Snake next?
A Snake wants to break up Adam and his Eve, who is Snow.
Snake wants to stop Adam skateboarding because it will bring nothing but ruin.
Well, because Adam is a diet member, and like there's no bueno.
He's also Adam's sensei. He taught him everything he knew about skating.
Adam's butler / dog.
He's his manservant.
Yeah.
And they will be together forever.
Yeah, they will. And that's just how Snake wants it.
He's got him on a leash, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, let's talk about Adam.
Adam.
The boy.
Man. Nah. The man.
He is something else.
He is something else. I love Adam. He is the most.
The fact they got Takahito Koyasu to voice him, I think, if they had done anything else for this show, I don't think the show would have worked at all.
Norio Wakamoto.
Norio's getting pretty old, though. I don't know if he could pull off that kind of young man energy. Anyway, Adam, he's the Matador of Love.
He is the Matador of Love, and he loves every boy that he has ever skated with.
Until they turn out boring.
Skating with boys.
But they have to excite him. Otherwise, they're trash.
Yeah. And Snow. Oh boy, does Snow excite Adam. Snow is Adam's Eve. That's what he thinks.
Adam is not subtle about this at all.
No.
He sends him flowers. He
Matador dances on his skateboard. His signature evil move is love hug.
I don't know if you noticed on the tournament video screens when they had like the versus logos right in the middle. The tournament in English was called like the White Wedding. That's what the tournament's name was.
Good.
Like,
I mean, it's a good day for one.
Just on the nose. No subtlety.
Oh, lands no.
However, Adam also has probably the most messed up backstory, and also the most fleshed out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your villain has to be your most interesting character, right? That's how it works.
True. He's very interesting. He's the son of a very prominent politician, maybe a Diet member, maybe the prime minister himself. It's unclear. But he's part of a prestigious family. He's got a lot of pressure on him, but he makes friends with the son of one of the house servants who teaches him.
That's Tadashi.
Yeah.
/ Snake.
Who teaches him how to skateboard. And that sort of takes him out of all the pressure. It's his one relief valve.
Yeah.
And his dad dies.
Yeah, he gets left to his aunts who beat him with rulers and then burn his skateboard and then move him to America so he can't be with Cherry and Joe and be skate boys together. And it's all very traumatic.
And they're still running his life. Even to this day. He didn't get a resolution either, really.
No, he didn't. Like, even the cop who was, like, looking into him gets thwarted, and Adam never really gets a comeuppance. It's kind of weird. He gets no comeuppance because he becomes friends, and once you're friends, all sins are forgiven, so...
Well, no comeuppance and no reward either. Other than he now knows that skateboarding is for fun as well.
And friends, so he now paradrops into birthday parties.
As you do.
So he can kiss Snow forever.
I did like the face that Snow made when that happened, though.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I guess this is happening. Might as well eat my sandwich. What about Adam's outfit?
Okay, so Adam's regular outfit, Adam Prime, is very good and very ridiculous. It's just a full-on Hearts Matador outfit. Dances on his freaking skateboard. He does his uphill skating of love hug, and it's just all just ridiculous. But then in the last episode, it's not going to be a wedding. Turns out, because Reki almost beats him in a beef, he gets very upset. So instead of a wedding, it's going to be a funeral.
Uh-oh.
And he goes to a tailor to have him design a suit for this funeral.
Now let's hold on that thought.
A regular ass. It's just a regular ass tailor. Just a guy.
He walks into this store and says, I need you.
Oh, he walks into a store in full regalia. He's in full Matador of Love regalia.
With the mask on. Walks in. Also, why is the tailor working at like 2 a.m.?
It doesn't. Dramatic effect.
Doesn't matter. He walks in, silhouetted by lightning behind him, and says, I need a new outfit. And the guy's like, we make suits here.
We make like suits.
Do you want a suit?
Regular suits.
No, I need something more.
Yeah.
And the guy gets scared. And then the next day, we see what this tailor, a man of cloth.
Just a regular tailor has made.
Who makes suits.
Just suits. He makes like suits with top hats and petticoats.
That's it.
Little vests and perhaps an ascot. It's made for this man.
He knows how to take an inside leg, and he knows how to hem some trousers. That is his art.
Those are his skills, brah.
When next we see Adam, though,
he's a freaking Grim Reaper.
He's a Grim Reaper with a full metal visor made of metal hand bones.
I laughed out loud when I saw it. It was so good. I was so delighted. And his skateboard was a coffin.
It was a coffin that turns into
through,
a cross.
He turns into a cross. Oh, it's so good. It's very stupid.
Oh, it's bonkers.
Oh, it's great. It is just great.
And then, actually, the most ridiculous thing there, besides his outfit, was, oh, by the way, guys, you know this skating course that we've been showing the entire show, and we've shown
we can't do it on that
but
one.
That one's closed now. Now we have to do this other one that's the skate route of death. and Cherry and Joe are like, oh yeah, that's always been there. We just haven't used it because it's dangerous. Like, okay,
it's been behind us this whole time. You know I never look back there. It's just been off screen to the left this whole time. It's just like the Doom course.
Yep. Where you start up there at the creepy old tree and you finish, obviously, down here by this grave that's in the middle of the course.
Well, to be fair, Adam put that grave there for a fact.
You don't know that because I don't think any of these other people knew that this was the old course because they're all young.
That's true, but Adam did.
It's just bonkers. Just bonkers.
It's very good. This show is great. Like, one, it's not good. Two, it's amazing.
It's an experience. That's
true. I'm very glad I watched it.
It's like going on a ridiculously themed roller coaster.
Yeah. Yep. And, like, again, one of the things that helps makes it is that the animation is very, very pretty. They do a really good job. There's a lot of dynamism.
The best shots are when Adam decides that he's going to do his love hug, but he wants to dance about it first.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, I think the best and the most dynamic shots are when they're about to start the beef and they do that run, drop their skateboard, and leap on it thing.
Oh, yeah.
Those shots were very good.
It does really convey the sense of, hey, we're starting this out fast.
Yeah. I will say that some of the shots could have been a little better to convey the speed, because there were several times they're like, oh, they're going so fast, and then it's just like
they're just rolling down a straightaway.
Yeah, and you're like, oh,
having a chat.
Yeah, they probably could have done a little bit better in some of those shots to make them look like they're going, the 60 miles an hour they're supposed to be going or whatever.
How fast are they supposed to be doing?
They're supposed to be going real fast because they're essentially street luging down these things.
This is true. I don't know if we were ever told exactly how fast, though. I think it's just the fastest.
Real fast.
And then, during the tournament, they're going even faster. They go all the way to ludicrous speed.
Basically. They multi-track drift.
They go to plaid. Or at least Adam does.
Adam doesn't. He wouldn't be caught dead in plaid. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Herringbone, maybe, but not plaid.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to find another show that'll top that, but what do you want to watch next time?
I completely forgot that we would have to come up with that. Well, the new season is just ending, right?
The spring season is ending. You are correct.
Perfect.
Shadow's House.
Oh, yeah, let's do Shadow House. I freaking love Shadow House.
That was my wife.
Ooh, or should we do Joran? Now, like, a lot of stuff was good last season. Like, we could do Joran, we could do Shadow House, Nagatoro.
Do Your Infinity is also very good.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot to talk about there, but you will be depressed.
Well, I don't think we want to go from one infinity to the other. So if we can do Shadow House, I would dig Shadow House.
Right.
Like weird Fae nonsense.
Let's do Shadow House. And Ameliko is adorable.
Everything about it's real good, and it goes a little bit further than I thought it would, doesn't it? It goes further than just the kind of hedge mage arc.
Yes,
it goes a little bit beyond
episodes beyond that. I think it's setting up season 2.
I hope it gets a season 2. Like I need to catch up on the manga, but it's very interesting. The world that they have is quite good, and it does a good job of being both cute and horror at the same time. At least the manga does.
So there's only 12 episodes right now. I thought maybe. Yeah, let's watch Shadow's House. A lot of soot. So much soot.
A lot of soot.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye forever or whatever.